right, guys, back for more reading of Crash. After the long weekend, let's talk about where we left off. The last thing we were reading about is they were having dinner, and Crash said, Whoopee, we had dinner like a whole family. And Abby was contemplating something about an acre, and she was asking how much that is, and how many what's the square footage of it, and yeah, they were also talking about maybe a shop. There was a shopping mall going in, and that Penn probably buys his clothes from second time around, and they were talking about that, and Abby was like, oh, can I get mine from second time around? And the mom said, we'll see. And we also learned that both of Crash's parents, when they come home, are really tired, really worn out. They work really hard, and so we'll pick it up from there. Chapter 14, it's September 13th. First day of practice. I couldn't wait to put on the pads, but first we had business with Webb. Yesterday, Mike said to me, do you believe we've been in school this long and we didn't do anything to him yet? I nodded. It's unbelievable. It's a disgrace. We gotta do something before he starts thinking it's safe. Tomorrow. All last year we tormented Webb. Mostly little stuff like messing with his locker or his clothes or his books. Like something would be missing, then mysteriously show up the next day or the next week. Or he might wonder why everybody was pinching him till he noticed the pinch me sign on the back of his shirt. He's so dumb. He never figures out who's doing it. He never gets mad at us. In fact, he never gets mad at anybody. Day after day, his chippy, chirpy, perky self. What a moron. So we thought about it yesterday and did it today, in last period, geography. Mike brought the mustard in one of those squeeze dispensers. He slipped it to me before class. I had the seat behind Webb. Mike went to work as soon as Webb came in. Today's button read, hug a tree. How you doing, Spider? What's up, dude? Giving him the dipsy doodle handshake, loosening him up. That's how we wanted him, loose, relaxed. Because this year we noticed he had a new routine. Lots of times, right in the middle of class, he makes himself at home and pries off his sneakers. We didn't have to wait long. About 10 minutes into class, off comes the right sneaker. Mike nods. I take out the mustard, shake it, lean down, and give it a good long shot right into that baby. Before I have a chance to straighten up, off comes the other supermarket beauty. Squirt, squirt, like it was a foot-long hot dog. From then on, every other minute I would duck down, squirt, squirt. In between my duties, I noticed that today's subject was erosion. I even heard the teacher mention the wind in North Dakota. I kept squirting till the sprout blew yellow bubbles. Then I unscrewed the top, reached in with the eraser of my pencil, scooped out the rest of the mustard, and painted the sneaker tongues and laces. The class was ending. We watched as Webb's white socks started feeling for his sneakers. They found them. They started to slip in. They stopped. The bell rang. We barely made it out the door before we cracked up. We went down the hall a ways and waited for him to come out. He was the last one. He just came out and walked on up the hall like nothing ever happened, except his socks were now yellow and the supermarket beauties were in his hand. If laughing was hazardous to your health, I'd be in intensive care right now. So you understand that they took and squirted mustard in his shoes so that when he put them back on, obviously he stepped right into the mustard. Chapter 15. I love the way I look in shoulder pads. I mean, I'm big to start with, but when I put those things on, it's like I'm as wide as a bus. DeLuca caught me looking in the locker room mirror. Keep looking, man. You're still ugly. I ain't ugly. I'm scary. I'm scaring myself. I shrugged. My shoulders moved like small mountains. That's what I'm saying. You're so ugly. You're scary. You're going to score a touchdown every time you get the ball because nobody's going to want to touch you. At least I don't smell like you, I said. Other teams get a whiff of you and they'll faint and will win by forfeit. You're so ugly. When you were born, the doctor smacked your face instead of your butt. Yeah. By now, we were walking across the parking lot to the football field. We had on our helmets. I shoved him. He shoved me. I punched him. He punched me. Yeah. We plowed into each other, colliding shoulder pads. We butted helmets like bighorn sheep. We grunted. We growled. We weren't really mad at each other. It was just all part of football. Football, see, is a violent and emotional game. The more charged up you are, the better you play. It had been almost a year since we popped somebody. We kept smashing pads and butting helmets. We were ready to kill each other. And then along came Schultz. He walked right between Mike and me, pushing us apart with his hands, saying, "Excuse me, girls." I was on him like cheese on pizza. We went to the ground. I threw some punches, but all I got was sore knuckles from bouncing off his helmet. It was like fighting a clam. Then the coaches pulled us apart. They were laughing. The line coach said, "I'd hate to be Hillside East, having to face you terrors." Coach Latner said, "Guess we better get started while someone's still alive." He blew his whistle. "Football team, 4 laps, go." Football season was officially started. I ran alongside Mike. As we jogged around near the school, the cheerleaders were coming out. There were a ton of them. Nobody had been cut yet. 2 of them were at the water fountain outside the gym door, Webb and Jane Forbes. She was helping him wash out his sneakers. And that's the end of that chapter. All right, that's chapter 14 and 15, so I'm going to leave it right there. So I think, 16 is pretty long, so I'll have to wait for next time for 16. All right, guys, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.